Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. Our teacher this week is Iyanla Van Zandt. And you would do yourself a favor to do a search for Iyanla Van Zandt. Search for quotes from Iyanla Van Zandt and read through them. Have a look at the book she's written. And if you don't know how to spell her name, well, it's in the email that I send out a little bit later today. So by the way, if you don't receive that email, let me know. We can make sure to add you to the list. Somebody, a very good morning. Hello, awesome seeing you. Maggie, good morning. Really, really good seeing your beautiful faces this morning. Let's get into today's message. No one can do for you what you can do for you, is where this starts. No one can do for you what you can do for you. No one can hold a space for your hurt like you can do for you. No one can sit with your fear like you can do for you. No one can make you whole like your own acceptance does for you. I'm going to read that one again. No one can make you whole like your own acceptance does for you. Yet these tend to be the very things that we are so scared to look at and deal with while we wish or hope that someone else can just heal us. Iyanla Van Zandt says, the journey into self-love and self-acceptance must begin with self-examination. Until you take the journey of self-reflection, it is almost impossible to grow or learn in life. In other words, what she's saying is, we really can only grow and learn in life once we become ready for self-examination, like taking a real good look at what's there. She says, your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change. What gives you the power to change is the willingness to look at your own darkness. The next thought from Iyanla Van Zandt is, nothing destroys self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-love faster than denying what you feel. Without feelings, you would not know where you are in life, nor would you know what areas you need to work on. Honor your feelings. Allow yourself to feel them. Nothing destroys self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-love faster than denying what you feel. Charlene, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Awesome seeing you here. Last thought by Iyanla Van Zandt says, you are the love you seek. You are the companionship that you desire. You are your own completion, your own wholeness. You are your best friend, your confidant. You are, as poetess Audre Lorde wrote, you are the one that you are looking for. You are the only one who can do for you what you are looking for someone else to do. You are the only person with the ability to always be there for you, and you can learn to become really good at this. You are so much stronger than you have ever known. Today's meditation is a gentle journey of embracing every part of you in order to discover just how strong you really are. I would like to add, though, that none of this is to say that we can't or shouldn't be connected to other people. But when our connections are based on our own desperate need, then we are setting ourselves up for constant disappointment. However, when our connections are based on our own wholeness, we set not only ourselves free, but also the people around us. When you work on your own wholeness, all of your relationships become so much more fulfilling. Colette, a very good morning. It's great to see you. Anne-Marie, good morning. If you are ready, You can close your eyes and we'll slip away on today's journey together. Today's meditation is called a sense of self. Let's start with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. We are inviting today our inner children to come and sit and breathe with us. To me, it always looks a little bit like the grade 1 teacher sitting on the carpet and calling the kids to come and sit around her. The 3 inner children that we're using in the example today are the part of you that feels hurt, a hurt part. The inner critic, the part of you that often speaks to you so harshly. And the scared part, a part of you that sometimes feels scared. These are the 3 inner children for our example today, but I want to remind you always that You don't have to stick to these examples. You can apply the same exercise to whatever you're dealing with inside of you, whichever of your inner children are most prominent right now. I'll repeat for our example today. We're calling the hurt part, the inner critic, and the scared part. Invite them to come and sit with you. And as you continue your full body breathing, rising with every inhale and slowly falling with every exhale, invite these inner children to breathe along with you. See them rise and fall along with you. And it's not strange when we try and speak directly to these inner children that we find one of them says, "No, I don't want to." And if that's the case, that is completely acceptable. Let those who want to breathe along with you come along, and whoever wants to just sit there is welcome to. Let these inner children know we are here to listen. We are creating a space in which it is safe to be heard. Let these inner children know we are here to learn from them. I might ask you a few more times to see if you can get a good look at these inner children. Now, sometimes we see a clear image, but very often we don't. That's not the important part. When I ask you to see if you can get a clear image of these inner children, the scared part, the hurt part, the inner critic, all that's needed is for you to be open to try and see what this part of you might look like. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. And we are inviting these inner children to take these breaths and do these stretches along with us. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. And lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we are able to right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold them only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, I want to remind you of these inner children that we invited to sit with us. Bring them together. Take a good look at them. I'll give you a reminder of who they are. We invited today the hurt part, a part of you that might sometimes feel hurt. The inner critic, the part of you that sometimes speaks to you really harshly. And the scared part, a part of you that sometimes feels really afraid. Take a good look at them. Remind them we are here to listen. We are here to learn. And take your next big breath. We are first paying attention to the hurt part. A part of us that sometimes feels hurt. Open yourself to the possibility of getting an image of what this part of you might look like. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, we're asking the hurt part to speak. Really simply remind yourself of what you feel like in those moments where you feel hurt. It might be something that recently happens that make you feel hurt, but it's almost always connected to hurts from the past. So when you feel that way, remind yourself of what are the thoughts that go through your mind when you feel hurt. Pay attention particularly to how these thoughts may be repetitive, how it might be the same collection of words and sentences that repeat again every time you feel hurt. For right now, just listen. Let the hurt part speak and remind you of what that feels like. Take your next big breath. This time, as you take a deep breath and dive deep into you, I want you to ask the hurt part a question. But I want you to ask the question and step away from trying to find an answer. Can you ask the question and let it just hang there? open yourself to how the hurt part of you might answer this question. Can you be curious enough to explore? So as you take your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, look at the part of you that might sometimes feel hurt and say these words. What is it that you are afraid will happen? When you feel so hurt, what is it that you are afraid will happen? And now take your next big breath. Take a moment of gratitude for the hurt part. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being heard. We know that this is a brave thing to do. And then we'll move our attention to the inner critic. The part of you that often speaks to you really harshly. See if you can get or open yourself to the idea of seeing an image of what the inner critic in you might look like. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, remind yourself of how that part speaks to you. Pay particular attention to the repetitive nature of that narrative. It tends to be the same words, the same sentences, the same accusations, the same judgments. For right now, allow the inner critic to speak. And just remember how it is that it speaks. Just listen. Take your next big breath. Now I want you to turn to the inner critic and speak to the inner critic. There's a question I want you to ask the inner critic, and can you ask the question without searching for an answer? Can you ask the question and just let it hang there? Let the inner critic speak. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, look at this part of you and say these words. Say, inner critic, I believe you are trying to be helpful. I believe you're trying to prevent some bad thing from happening. Perhaps you're trying to prevent me from making a mistake. The question is this: what is it you're trying to prevent? What bad thing are you trying to prevent from happening? and then just listen to the critic answer. Take your next big breath. We'll thank the inner critic for being here, for showing up, for being seen, and for being heard. It is a brave thing to do, thank you. Then we'll move our attention to the last inner child we've invited, the scared part. A part of you that might sometimes feel really scared. Open yourself to the possibility of seeing an image of this part of you. What might the scared part of you look like? And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, we are asking the scared part to speak. Remind yourself of what those moments of fear feel like. How does it feel in your body when you feel scared? What are the thoughts that go through your mind when you feel scared? Pay particular attention to how repetitive those thoughts might be. The same words, the same sentences every time you feel scared. For right now, just listen. Take your next big breath. And this time we have a question directly for the scared part. Can you turn towards this inner child, and as you take your next big breath and dive deep inside, speak to the scared part. Use these words. Say, scared part, what is your deep desire for me? What is it that you really want for me? And then just listen. Take your next big breath. Take a moment to say thank you to the scared part. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being seen. Thank you for being heard. We know it takes a lot of courage. And as we take the last few big breaths of this phase together, have these inner children be wherever it is that they want to be. Perhaps they want to sit next to you. Perhaps they want to sit on top of you. Perhaps they want you to hold them. Perhaps they want to be inside of you. Whatever comes to mind for you. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. In this exercise, it is not so important that we try and fix what each of these inner children are feeling. What is important is that we listen, that we understand that the hurt part has a reason for feeling hurt. It is afraid of something bad happening. The inner critic has a reason for being critical. It is also afraid of something bad happening, and it's trying to prevent that. And the scared part, of course, is also afraid of something bad happening. When we get to listen to these parts, the real strength in this exercise is, who are you being while you are listening? Who are you being while you have the ability to hold these different emotions, these different elements of your personality? Who are you being when you can just hold that space? And that's the real magic of this exercise. You are practicing being that. I am that I am. You are not truly the hurt part. You are not truly the inner critic. You are not truly the scared part. You are that which is able to hold all of this. And every time we practice being able to listen to those narratives speak, the more we are embodying the strongest part of ourselves. I'll read to you one more time Iyanla Vanzant's, you could say, version of this. She says, the journey into self-love and self-acceptance must begin with self-examination. Until you take the journey of self-reflection, it is almost impossible to grow or learn in life. Your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change. Nothing destroys self-worth, self-acceptance, and self-love faster than denying what you feel. Without feelings, you would not know where you are in life, nor would you know what areas you need to work on. Honor your feelings. Allow yourself to feel them. You are the love you seek. You are the companionship you desire. You are your own completion, your own wholeness. You are your best friend, your confidant. You are the one that you've been looking for. You are the only one that can do for you what you're looking for someone else to do. The truth is, you are the only person with the ability to always be there for you. And you can learn to become really good at this. You are so much stronger than you have ever known. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this opportunity to listen to these inner children speak. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that nothing in me is bad. Nothing in me has bad intention. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that everything in me is good. Everything in me has good intention and is trying to really be helpful. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to listen, for learning to hold the space for anything and everything in me to be seen, to be heard, and to be held. And then learning who I really am. I'm the one who's doing the seeing. I'm the one who's doing the listening. I'm the one who's doing the holding. I am that I am. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. You are so much stronger than you know. Manuela, good morning, or I'm guessing good afternoon or good evening in your part of the world. It's great to see you with us live. Thank you, Beatrix. Wishing you a really beautiful day. Thank you, Colette. Thank you, Yvonne. Good morning. It's good to see you. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Sunmary. Thank you, Maggie. So much love to each and every one of you. I trust you will have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful comment, Colette. See you soon. Ciao, ciao. As soon as Facebook lets me go.